Alright, this is Jank Devlog 3. Enough stuff has changed that I figured it would probably be good for me to make a log of it. Kind of give an update. A lot of stuff has changed. I've rewritten quite a few things, and it's been quite a while since I've uploaded another video on this. So I do all of my modeling in Blender. I'm trying to recreate how some of the older games would have 2 layers of textures and then use vertex colors to blend between them, and then also be able to be vertex lit, stuff like that. Late 5th era games, early 6th era consoles. So a mix of tiling textures and a mix of trim sheet textures. Right now everything works off of a 2K Atlas, although I can change the size of the Atlas, I can change the size of the subtiles. If I really wanted to, I could actually mix and match tiles, so you could have a 32 by 32 tile, a 16 by 16 tile, any increment of whatever. That would just take some modification, but it's definitely possible. Everything here is right now I have everything full bright because the lights have gotten so computationally expensive, and I had to get a new motherboard and CPU because Intel's I think I fell victim to the Intel issue. But just as an example, the new workflow, everything works off of UVs, and then the vertex color, I've decided to just be some mixing data. So there are 2 layers taking up 4 UVs. There's UV map layer 0, UV map layer 1, and then there's a tiling coordinate. So over here, I can move these to any of these tiles, and it'll tile it. If I were to move it off, it's going to not tile it, and then it turns into a trim sheet, although I think right now I have this set to... Give me a moment. Yeah, it's auto UVing right now, so I'm gonna turn that off. I also have a new node, auto UV. It's tri-point, or not tri-point, tri-plane texturing, but baking on UVs, so I'm gonna turn that off with the mask. Okay, yep, perfect. Move it off, and then where is this UV? There we go. Bounding box. There we go. So I'm able to model pretty much whatever I want, and then it's just one material. It's a pretty big shader, but the amount of draw calls really drops. Like in Unreal Engine, I think I have this down to around 8 draw calls for this entire level. But it's basically each... okay, yeah, so for this one, each material is 2 draw calls for a single mesh. So this one would be 8 draw calls. So I'm just going to get rid of this example. I've been getting a whole bunch of my different test levels as I've been learning, and I'm just kind of grouping everything together. And again, right now everything's unlit. Actually, I'm going to show why. Always on top. Toggle shading, and watch it skyrocket. And here's the level fully shaded. I have skybox materials everything is tri-point texture filtered, although I could also just do linear texture filtering. I have that implemented as well. So you could really target like PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, GameCube, those kind of looks. And now I'm going to show, this is a little outdated compared to what I have actually running in the game engine right now. So process for exporting this to the game engine. I haven't figured out a really good way of automating part of this, but it's pretty easy. I just have to select the first color attribute. Then I have to export as an FBX. Select it, go to geometry, and just prioritize that active color right there. Export. Now if I go down, did I really close Unreal? I will be right back. I'm gonna pause. And I'm back, and it is loaded. So here is what I have in Unreal. Here is the level. Here is the remains of the old level that needs some work in retexturing it, just because things had to be refactored. There's the skybox material. It is a latitude, longitude, basically an HDRI image that is being tri-point texture filtered, so it looks old, kind of diamond pattern like the Nintendo 64 had. Let's go back over here. I can't remember if I showed too much of this off, but let's add some dynamic lighting here. All of this is baked lighting. That bakes in Blender. Let's go to Fireball. Put a Fireball there. And then I'll just make that bigger. Right now the lighting is cold too. I can change that, but just proof that dynamic lighting is working. It works on the character, it works on the level. I also have two-sided lighting somewhat working. The function that you usually use for this only works in the pixel shader on this, so I had to try and approximate it. But just like this door right here, you can see it's lit on both sides. There can be some artifacting. I need to go back and change some of the objects. See, there's some bleed. It's because this is smooth shaded, and I should probably change that. Or no, I need to crease it. I need to add some creases. That's right. All right, and then back to how to update this. So I already exported the FBX. So I'll just go to levels here. Here is the level. Go down to the area. I had to change some of the texture density from refactoring something. So re-import mesh. There we go. It's bigger. But all of this is just for materials, and there's probably someone who's going to know a lot more about Unreal that is going to say, why are you doing this? But I can hit around 300 frames a second on the Steam Deck at half resolution. So, works pretty good. I can also mix 2 layers of anything. Let's go back all the way over here. I have a little book nook scene. This is supposed to be like a library or a bookstore. Go down here. Oh yeah, the portals are still working. Although I think I see some artifacting. What is that? That is the MIP map level through the portal breaking. I had to re-implement MIP mapping, so that's what's breaking there, and I will see how to fix that. I can get any 2 layers and mix them. I wonder if there's a way that I can detect if it's coming through there and just disable the MIP mapping, because really it just needs to be a preview. Anyways, and per surface I can do scrolling, which is what's happening on that noise on that TV, and then also I can turn on or off the matte cap reflections. All of this is built into the Mega Shader. Over here you can really see it well. You can also kind of mix them, so here's like lava mixed with a matte cap scrolling. The characters can pull lighting from the level, so they can get ambient lighting, just doing a line trace from the feet. I think I already mentioned that. But yeah, it's been a lot of work. And at this point, I almost have a product just in all of the tools that I've made. Especially with doing the this entire add-on. But anyways, I guess if there's any questions, or if you just want to talk shop, I have a Discord. It's not that active right now, but if you want to talk shop, that's where I can be. That's where I can be reached. All right. Thanks for taking a look. Bye.